The wind whispers across marble stones of ancient Athens. Shadows of temples stretch long under the setting sun. A quiet hum lingers, as though the city remembers stories untold. Among the gods of Olympus, one voice rose above, calm yet firm. It was the voice of Athena, goddess of wisdom and protector of truth. Her presence carried the stillness of thought and the spark of clarity. But even wisdom can be tested when silence falls on the eternal flame. Long ago, Prometheus gifted fire not just as warmth, but as knowledge. That sacred flame was placed within a shield, glowing as a guide. It was called the Shield of the Eternal Flame, symbol of light and reason. As ages passed, mortals drew strength from its glow, finding their path. Yet now the flame flickers weakly, dimming into uncertain shadows. Whispers of prophecy drift through Olympus, warning of wisdom lost. Without the flame, truth may scatter like leaves in the storm. And so, Athena listens, her gaze steady upon the horizon of fate. A journey begins, not of war, but of spirit and heart. The tale of Athena and the shield eternal flame now unfolds. High above the mortal world, the halls of Olympus glimmer beneath golden light. Gods gather in quiet murmurs, their eyes turned toward distant horizons. They sense something shifting, a silence, where once wisdom shone bright. Athena walks among them, her steps measured, her gaze unwavering. She has heard whispers carried by the winds that circle the heavens. A prophecy stirs, an echo from long ago, speaking of fading light. The eternal flame, once strong within the sacred shield, begins to wane. Its glow, meant to guide mortals toward clarity, trembles like a weary star. Without its strength, confusion spreads, and hearts wander without anchor. Athena stands at the center of the marble hall, her voice steady. Olympus feels the silence, she says, and the mortal world trembles with it. Her words ripple across the gathered gods, though many remain still. Some doubt the old prophecy, dismissing it as fading myth and shadow. Yet Athena knows the truth, for her sight peers deeper than appearances. She recalls the day Prometheus first lit the flame of reason. It was not only fire, but wisdom, hope, and courage woven together. That flame was entrusted to a shield, forged to hold its eternal glow. Mortals have looked to its brilliance for guidance in their darkest nights. Now its weakening light spreads uncertainty across valleys, seas, and cities. Poets forget their verses. Philosophers stumble in their search for truth. Even the simplest farmer feels lost, unsure of the season's rhythm. Athena cannot stand aside, for her heart belongs to wisdom itself. She knows this is no matter of swords or armies, but of spirit. The prophecy whispers again in her thoughts, each word a steady drum. When the flame falters, only she of the clear mind may restore it. Athena breathes deeply, feeling the weight of destiny rest upon her. She turns from the hall, walking toward the edge of Olympus's shining cliffs. Below, the mortal world stretches vast, bathed in twilight's soft colors. Her eyes narrow as she sees flickers of confusion among the people. Where there should be harmony, now dissonance lingers in every corner. The gods watch her leave, their silence heavy, their thoughts unspoken. Some envy her resolve, others fear the journey that awaits her path. Yet none dare question her choice, for wisdom cannot be chained or stilled. Athena descends from Olympus, her figure wrapped in calm determination. The wind rises to meet her, carrying the faint echo of prophecy. Each step she takes resounds not with pride, but with steady faith. She carries no weapon, for her greatest strength is her enduring clarity. She seeks not to conquer, but to restore what was nearly lost. At nightfall, she rests beneath olive trees, the moon above shining clear. Dreams come to her, filled with visions of the shield's dimming glow. A voice, neither mortal nor divine, calls out from the silence. Seek the temple where memories sleep, and the first gate will open. Athena wakes with dawn, her heart filled with resolve and direction. The path lies before her, long and uncertain, yet filled with purpose. She gathers no followers, for this is a journey of solitude and spirit. She steps onto the road, the first chapter of prophecy unfolding. Mountains wait, rivers shimmer, and hidden trials linger beyond sight. But Athena does not waver, for she knows wisdom is light itself. The eternal flame must not fade, and she will see it restored. The path winds through valleys where shadows cling to silent stones. Athena walks with calm steps, guided by whispers of memory. Each breath of wind carries a trace of something lost, something waiting. Her journey leads to a hidden place, where time itself feels slower. Here lies the temple that shelters the shield of the eternal flame. Once, its presence radiated like dawn, filling hearts with clear thought. Now the temple seems hushed, its pillars gray, its light diminished. Birds do not sing here, and the air carries a heavy stillness. Athena pauses before the gate, her eyes tracing its ancient carvings. They tell of Prometheus, of fire gifted to mortals, of wisdom shared. But the final carving is dim, as if the stone forgot its story. She steps closer, and the faint glow of the shield flickers within. It lies upon an altar of marble, its brilliance weak but enduring. The flame dances faintly like a candle touched by storm's breath. Athena kneels before it, not in worship, but in reverence. She feels the echo of countless mortal lives shaped by its light. Farmers guided by the seasons, poets inspired by truth, thinkers by reason. All carried a spark of this shield within their mortal hearts. Now that spark trembles, and with it, the clarity of humankind. Athena places her hand near the shield, feeling its weary pulse. It is not gone, but it is fading, waiting for renewal. Her eyes soften, and she whispers words of promise into the silence. I will not let your light be forgotten, for it belongs to all. The temple stirs at her voice, as if walls breathe after long sleep. Shadows shift, and from within emerges an ancient guardian. He is not made of flesh, nor bound by mortal form. His figure is woven of memory, shifting like mist across stone. He does not bow, but his gaze rests deeply upon Athena. You come for the flame, he says, voice echoing like distant bells. Yet this shield yields only to those who remember its true origin. Athena nods, for she has known the story since the dawn of learning. She recalls Prometheus, who risked all to bring light to mankind. She recalls how flame became more than warmth, becoming thought itself. Wisdom is not fire that burns, but light that guides the path. She speaks these truths softly, each word carrying weight of ages. The guardian listens, and slowly his form becomes clear as morning. You remember, he says, and memory is the key to this gate. The temple brightens, dust lifting as if dawn enters sacred halls. The shield glows faintly stronger, sensing Athena's presence and her vow. But this is only the beginning. For the flame cannot rise yet. The guardian lifts his hand, and visions shimmer before her eyes. Rivers that speak, gardens of voices, and bridges made of trust. Each vision a trial, each trial a step toward rekindling the flame. Athena breathes steady, her spirit calm, her resolve unbroken. She accepts the path, not as burden, but as sacred duty. The guardian steps aside, his form dissolving like mist into air. Athena rises, the shield's glow faintly reflected in her calm eyes. She turns toward the deeper chambers, where the first trial awaits. The temple hums with life, walls alive with quiet resonance. Athena takes her first step inward, carrying memory as her guide. The journey toward the flame has truly begun. The chamber beyond the temple gate is lit by a dim and gentle glow. Athena steps forward, her footsteps soft against the time-worn stone floor. Every wall holds carvings of story, yet some are blurred like fading dreams. She feels the air shift, as though memory itself is stirring awake. From the shadows, the guardian of the first trial slowly takes form. He is ancient, neither young nor old, clothed in the echoes of time. His eyes shine with the weight of countless forgotten tales and visions. He does not raise a weapon, nor does his voice carry threat. Instead, he speaks with calm resonance, like water flowing over stone. "I am the keeper of memories," he says, guardian of what was known. Athena inclines her head, her gaze steady, her heart listening closely. The keeper lifts his hand, and the chamber fills with drifting lights. Each light is a memory, a fragment of a life once lived fully. Children laughing in fields, scholars debating, families gathering at firelight. Each spark flickers with stories, yet many tremble as if fading away. The keeper's voice deepens, carrying sorrow that lingers in the air. The flame dims, and with it, mortals lose the thread of their past. Without memory, wisdom falters, for what is forgotten cannot guide tomorrow. He turns his gaze to Athena, his presence vast but not hostile. "To pass, you must show me you remember the true beginning of flame." Athena closes her eyes, steadying her breath in the quiet chamber. Her mind travels backward, beyond Olympus, beyond temples, to the first spark. She recalls Prometheus, who carried fire not as destruction, but as gift. The fire was hope, a light in the darkness, a guide for thought. Athena speaks gently, her voice weaving the story like a living song. Prometheus gave not only warmth, but the spark of reason and truth. With that flame, mortals built homes, sang songs, and shaped their destiny. It was more than fire. It was memory, binding their past to their future. The chamber brightens, each drifting light glowing stronger at her words. The keeper watches her, his form steadying as his silence deepens. He sees not only her words, but the clarity woven within her soul. "You remember well," he says, his tone softening with quiet reverence. "And because you remember, the flame within you shines unbroken." He gestures toward the shield resting faintly in the distance. Its glow strengthens, rising like dawn after a long and endless night. Yet the keeper does not vanish, for the trial is not yet complete. "One more truth remains," he says, his voice echoing like gentle thunder. "Tell me, goddess, why must the flame endure when even stars fade?" Athena holds her gaze firm, her heart filled with unwavering resolve. "Because mortals are fragile, yet within them lies infinite potential. The flame reminds them of who they are and what they may become. It does not burn for eternity's sake, but for the light it gives today." The keeper closes his eyes, and the drifting lights swirl together. They form a river of golden sparks, flowing across the chamber floor. Athena steps upon it, feeling memory itself carry her forward. The keeper's voice follows, fading as the light begins to soften. "You carry memory as truth, and so you may pass beyond." The river guides her toward a carved doorway, shimmering with quiet light. Behind it, deeper trials await, woven of reflection and hidden voices. Athena steps forward, the strength of memory steady within her spirit. The chamber fades, the shield flickers brighter, and the path continues on. The doorway opens into a vast cavern where light bends like flowing water. Athena steps forward, her eyes narrowing at the shimmer beneath her feet. A wide river stretches endlessly, its surface shining like polished glass. It does not ripple, though the air hums softly with unseen motion. The river is not water, but reflection, mirroring the soul of those who cross. Athena feels its pull, as though the river knows her heart already. On the far side, a faint glow hints at the path ahead. But the voice of the prophecy returns, gentle yet unyielding in her mind. To cross, one must see not with pride, but with unbroken truth. Athena kneels at the riverbank, gazing into the surface of light. Her reflection stares back, yet it shifts, weaving into many faces. She sees herself as a child, eager to learn, filled with wonder. She sees the warrior, standing beside heroes, offering strategy instead of strength. She sees the teacher, whispering wisdom into the ears of mortals. But then the river deepens, showing her what lies beneath honor. Her doubts surface, moments of silence where she questioned her own path. Times when wisdom brought isolation, when mortals misunderstood her guidance. Faces of those who resisted truth appear, their voices filled with scorn. Athena watches quietly, her breath steady, her gaze unflinching. The river waits for denial, but none comes from her lips. "I see them," she whispers, "and they are part of me too." Wisdom is not only light, it is the shadow that tests its glow. The surface trembles, but it does not break. For her words hold weight, the reflection shifts once more, showing her a future yet unwritten. Athena stands alone before the shield, its flame dim, her hands outstretched. The vision pauses, then shifts to mortals finding clarity, guided by her journey. The river accepts her truth, glowing brighter beneath her calm presence. A voice rises from its depths, soft and echoing like water on stone. You have faced yourself without fear, and the river grants you passage. A path of light rises, stretching across the surface like a silver bridge. Athena steps forward, her sandals making no sound upon the glow. Each step feels as if she walks through her own thoughts and dreams. The faces rise again, but now they smile, fading gently into silence. At the river's center, the reflection shifts into pure light around her. Athena feels peace, not victory, as the weight of doubt lifts away. She continues forward, her heart clear, her stride steady as dawn. When she reaches the far bank, the path dissolves into mist behind her. She turns back once, watching the river settle into calm stillness. Its surface now shines stronger, renewed by the truth she carried within. The cavern brightens, and an archway of stone emerges from the shadows. Symbols of clarity and balance glow faintly upon its carved surface. Athena steps toward it, her spirit lighter for having faced herself. Beyond the arch, faint whispers of voices beckon her onward. They rise and fall like wind in distant trees, haunting yet gentle. The trial of reflection is complete, but the journey has only begun. Athena walks forward, carrying both her light and her shadow as one. The path of the eternal flame stretches ahead, waiting for her steps. Athena steps beyond the archway, entering a hall carved with runes that glow faintly. The chamber is silent, yet it breathes like a living mind around her. Symbols of knowledge spiral across the walls, shifting as if alive. The air hums softly, filled with threads of thought woven in unseen patterns. This is the chamber of echoes, where every voice of wisdom finds memory. The ceiling arches high, reflecting starlight, though no sky is visible. Athena walks slowly, her eyes tracing the constellations etched into stone. Each star pulses gently, whispering fragments of words that drift like music. She stops before one glowing sigil, hearing a child's laughter echo faintly. Another glows brighter, carrying the voice of a poet reciting to the night. Each sound lingers, then fades, weaving into the next without interruption. Here, mortal wisdom and divine truth rest side by side in harmony. Athena knows she must listen, for the prophecy warns of a hidden key. Yet the voices are many, overlapping, tangled like threads in a loom. She closes her eyes, letting silence guide her through the storm of sound. One voice rises, calm and steady, cutting through the endless echoes. It is not loud, but it carries a weight older than stars. The voice speaks of balance, of flame that burns without consuming. A shield holds not by strength alone, but by memory of purpose. Athena opens her eyes, following the voice toward the center of the hall. There stands a pedestal, simple yet radiant with inner light. Upon it rests a fragment of crystal, glowing faintly with warmth. She reaches out, but the crystal flickers, dissolving into light and sound. The chamber responds, voices swelling, filling the space with harmony and song. Words of philosophers, whispers of mothers, chants of priests all intertwine. Athena listens closely, and in their weaving she hears the hidden truth. The flame's strength is not in fire alone, but in shared remembrance. It is carried by mortals who hold stories, who keep wisdom alive. Without memory, fire is only light. It burns, but does not guide. Athena kneels, touching the stone floor as the voices swirl around her. She speaks softly, yet her words echo strong within the chamber. I see now. The shield endures because memory sustains its flame. The hall grows brighter, as though the walls themselves approve her truth. The runes pulse once, then shift into alignment like stars, forming a path. They point toward another doorway, carved deep into the far wall. But before she can rise, a shadow flickers among the glowing symbols. It is not her own, nor does it belong to mortal memory. The whispers falter, falling into silence as the shadow takes form. A figure cloaked in dusk appears, its face hidden, its presence calm. Athena steadies her breath, knowing this is no enemy of war. The figure's voice is soft, yet it resonates like stone breaking water. You seek the shield, but do you carry not just wisdom, but memory? Athena answers without hesitation, her gaze clear and unwavering. I carry not only mine, but those of mortals who lived before me. The figure tilts its head, as though weighing the weight of her truth. At last, it steps aside, and the path clears into shimmering light. The chamber exhales, voices returning, softer now, like wind through leaves. Athena rises, her steps steady, the lesson etched into her heart. She moves toward the new passage, carrying the voices within her. For the journey ahead will test not only wisdom, but remembrance too. The chamber fades into silence, leaving only the glow of her resolve. The new passage winds downward, carved into spirals that seem endless in descent. Athena moves carefully, her steps echoing faintly against the smooth stone walls. The air grows warmer, carrying the scent of burning oils and earth. Faint flickers of light dance ahead, shifting like lanterns in the dark. She enters a vast chamber, its ceiling hidden in shadows above. Here stands a circle of statues, each carved with faces of mortals. Their eyes are lifelike, gazing outward with expressions of hope and fear. At the center, a brazier glows faintly, its fire thin and pale. This is the circle of witness, where memory is tested against choice. Athena approaches slowly, her gaze tracing the faces frozen in stone. Each figure seems familiar, as if carved from stories she once knew. One resembles a soldier, weary but steadfast, his eyes pleading for peace. Another resembles a mother, her arms forever reaching toward unseen children. Others show scholars, farmers, poets, all bearing silent witness to truth. The brazier flares slightly as Athena nears, its flame shifting colors. A voice rises from the circle, calm yet filled with many tones. You carry wisdom, but will you carry burden, even when it is heavy? The statues seem to breathe, their eyes flickering faintly in living light. Athena kneels by the brazier, watching its flame twist and tremble. She sees visions within, wars halted, cities rising, voices learning truth. But then shadows follow, moments when wisdom was ignored, when hearts turned away. She watches mortals argue, rejecting the guidance she offered without demand. She sees them falter, choosing paths of pride over clarity and balance. The flame dims, reflecting the weight of choice upon mortal hands. Athena lowers her gaze, whispering to the fire in quiet thought. Wisdom cannot force its way. It can only shine, waiting to be seen. The circle stirs, and the statues seem to lean closer in silence. One voice echoes, sharp yet sorrowful, rising from the soldier's form. Would you guide still, knowing your truth may be ignored? Athena does not flinch, her tone steady, her heart firm in reply. Yes, for even if one soul sees, the flame is not wasted. Another voice follows, tender and weary, from the mother's stone lips. Would you endure, though gratitude may never be spoken aloud? Athena bows her head, the brazier's flame warming her face gently. Yes, for wisdom is not for thanks, but for those yet to come. The circle hums, voices blending into harmony as the brazier brightens again. Shadows fade, leaving only warmth that spreads across the stone chamber. The statue's eyes glow once, then return to stillness, their witness complete. The brazier flares high, its flame clear and strong, no longer fragile. From within the fire, a shape forms, a shard of gleaming bronze. Athena lifts it carefully, feeling its weight hum with ancient power. It is a piece of the shield, carrying memory into light. The flame within it burns softly, resonating with her steady heart. The chamber shifts, the statue's gaze softening into quiet peace again. A new doorway opens, carved from firelight at the chamber's edge. The air carries a faint song, low and haunting like distant bells. Athena rises, holding the shard close, her steps steady with resolve. The circle of witness fades into silence as she leaves its embrace. The path ahead glows faintly, whispering of trials yet unseen in shadow. Athena walks on, carrying both burden and light, her purpose unbroken. The shard in her hand flickers, a promise of the shield to come. The path narrows into a tunnel lined with crystal veins glowing softly. Athena walks carefully, the shard in her hand pulsing with faint warmth. The air vibrates with low tones, like the earth itself humming a song. She follows the sound until the tunnel widens into a vast chamber. Here, waterfalls of light descend from unseen heights, flowing without water. The streams scatter into pools that shine like mirrors upon the ground. Each pool reflects not her face, but visions of the mortal world. She sees cities bustling, children playing, and farmers tending their land. She sees scholars writing by lamplight, their words shaping thought and time. Yet the images flicker, shifting into scenes of doubt and confusion. Crowds wander aimlessly, their eyes searching but finding no direction. The pools ripple, showing how easily mortals lose their way in silence. This is the chamber of reflection, where wisdom meets the choices of many. Athena kneels by a pool, the shard glowing brighter in her hand. Within the water, she sees a young girl holding a small torch. The flame trembles, nearly fading, but the girl shields it with care. Athena smiles softly, recognizing the courage that rises even in shadows. The scene shifts, showing a council of elders debating without agreement. Their voices rise, but no harmony forms, leaving the chamber tense. Athena frowns, sensing how fragile wisdom becomes when pride takes its place. The shard hums louder, resonating with the pools that shimmer before her. A voice rises from the water, gentle yet filled with layered tones. The flame must be shared, or it withers into nothing but heat. Athena listens, her eyes fixed on the rippling scenes around her. She sees one torch lighting another, and then another, until many shine. The light grows stronger not by one hand, but by many together. She breathes deeply, whispering words that steady the flickering pools. Wisdom grows when given. Flame brightens when carried by more than one. The waterfalls shimmer, their light bending into symbols across the chamber walls. The pools align, forming a great circle that glows with steady brilliance. From its center, another shard rises, forged of silver and firelight. Athena steps forward, lifting it gently, the shard joining with the first. The two pieces resonate, their glow merging like voices in harmony. But the chamber trembles, shadows stirring at the edges of the pools. From the darkness, shapes emerge, not of mortals, but of their fears. They are faceless, shifting forms that whisper doubts into the silence. Mortals forget, mortals resist, mortals falter. The shadows hiss in chord. Athena stands firm, the shards burning brighter in her steady hands. Mortals falter, yes, but they rise, and in rising they find light. Her voice carries, ringing clear, and the shadows recoil into the dark. The pools still, their surfaces calm once more, reflecting only peace. The waterfalls brighten, cascading pure light that fills the vast chamber. Athena gazes upward, feeling the weight of truth settle within her. Wisdom is not eternal flame alone. It is the courage of those who carry it. She steps away, holding the shards that hum with growing strength. A new doorway of light appears, carved from the shining waterfalls. Its glow is steady, inviting her toward the next trial with grace. Athena moves forward, her steps unwavering, the shards close to her heart. The chamber of reflection fades, leaving silence that feels like promise. The path ahead awaits, its light whispering of truths yet to be found. The path narrows into a tunnel lined with crystal veins glowing softly. Athena walks carefully, the shard in her hand pulsing with faint warmth. The air vibrates with low tones, like the earth itself humming a song. She follows the sound until the tunnel widens into a vast chamber. Here, waterfalls of light descend from unseen heights, flowing without water. The streams scatter into pools that shine like mirrors upon the ground. Each pool reflects not her face, but visions of the mortal world. She sees cities bustling, children playing, and farmers tending their land. She sees scholars writing by lamplight, their words shaping thought and time. Yet the images flicker, shifting into scenes of doubt and confusion. Crowds wander aimlessly, their eyes searching but finding no direction. The pools ripple, showing how easily mortals lose their way in silence. This is the chamber of reflection, where wisdom meets the choices of many. Athena kneels by a pool, the shard glowing brighter in her hand. Within the water, She sees a young girl holding a small torch. The flame trembles, nearly fading, but the girl shields it with care. Athena smiles softly, recognizing the courage that rises even in shadows. The scene shifts, showing a council of elders debating without agreement. Their voices rise, but no harmony forms, leaving the chamber tense. Athena frowns, sensing how fragile wisdom becomes when pride takes its place. The shard hums louder, resonating with the pools that shimmer before her. A voice rises from the water, gentle yet filled with layered tones. The flame must be shared, or it withers into nothing but heat. Athena listens, her eyes fixed on the rippling scenes around her. She sees one torch lighting another, and then another, until many shine. The light grows stronger, not by one hand, but by many together. She breathes deeply, whispering words that steady the flickering pools. Wisdom grows when given. Flame brightens when carried by more than one. The waterfalls shimmer, their light bending into symbols across the chamber walls. The pools align, forming a great circle that glows with steady brilliance. From its center, another shard rises, forged of silver and firelight. Athena steps forward, lifting it gently, the shard joining with the first. The two pieces resonate, their glow merging like voices in harmony. But the chamber trembles, shadows stirring at the edges of the pools. From the darkness, shapes emerge, not of mortals, but of their fears. They are faceless, shifting forms that whisper doubts into the silence. Mortals forget. Mortals resist. Mortals falter. The shadows hiss in chorus. Athena stands firm, the shards burning brighter in her steady hands. Mortals falter, yes, but they rise, and in rising they find light. Her voice carries, ringing clear, and the shadows recoil into the dark. The pools still, their surfaces calm once more, reflecting only peace. The waterfalls brighten, cascading pure light that fills the vast chamber. Athena gazes upward, feeling the weight of truth settle within her. Wisdom is not eternal flame alone. It is the courage of those who carry it. She steps away, holding the shards that hum with growing strength. A new doorway of light appears, carved from the shining waterfalls. Its glow is steady, inviting her toward the next trial with grace. Athena moves forward, her steps unwavering, the shards close to her heart. The chamber of reflection fades, leaving silence that feels like promise. The path ahead awaits, its light whispering of truths yet to be found. The cavern beyond is vast, its ceiling veiled in constellations that move as if alive. Athena steps forward, her sandals echoing softly across the smooth stone floor. The shards she carries vibrate, their august, light-weaving patterns that mimic the stars above. She realizes this is the celestial vault, where heavens and earth converge in harmony. The constellations shift, telling stories of heroes, dreamers, and seekers of knowledge. A lion roars in starlight, fading into a ship that sails across a shining sky. Figures of wisdom appear, holding scrolls that unfurl endlessly with words of truth. Each constellation pulses and then fades, leaving a trail of glowing silver dust. Athena lifts her gaze, sensing the vault is alive, breathing with ancient rhythms. The air hums with questions not spoken, waiting for answers beyond simple words. She steps into the circle of stars, the shards glowing brighter in response. A voice rises from the starlight, neither male nor female, calm yet immense. Knowledge expands, but will you guard it, or let it soar beyond your reach? Athena listens, steady as the voice shifts into countless tones like a chorus. The constellations ripple, showing images of libraries guarded, locked away in silence. Books untouched gather dust, their wisdom sealed from the hands of those who need it. Athena frowns, understanding the weight of hoarded truths, like flame hidden in shadows. The scene shifts, showing scrolls passed from hand to hand, fires lit in joy. Children read beneath trees, elders teach stories under stars, voices alive with wonder. Knowledge flows freely, yet the voice warns, shared carelessly, it can misguide. The stars shimmer, revealing lies dressed as truths, whispers that twist eager minds. Athena tightens her grip on the shards, knowing wisdom must shine yet be tempered. Truth must be guarded, yes, she whispers, but never caged, never chained in silence. The vault stirs, constellations whirling, forming a spiral that reaches to infinity. Within it appears another shard, glowing like the heart of a rising sun. Athena steps closer, her breath steady, lifting the shard with reverent care. The three shards hum together, their resonance weaving harmony through the chamber. But the stars dim suddenly, shadows coiling in the spaces between constellations. Forms appear, made of void, their eyes like hollow wells of forgotten time. They speak in whispers, cold and endless. Mortals corrupt knowledge, they twist it. Visions flash, scrolls burned, words distorted, truth silenced by those in power. Athena steadies herself, her voice rising like a beacon through the dark. Mortals falter, but they learn. Truth endures, carried by those who seek with heart. The shards blaze, their light pushing the shadows back into unseen corners. Constellations ignite again, glowing brighter than before, a sky reborn within stone. The vault sings, each star ringing with notes of clarity, wisdom, and promise. Athena feels strength within her, not of power, but of guiding light. She whispers softly, "Wisdom lives not in silence, but in the courage to share." The stars align into a great circle, marking a passage of shimmering gold. The vault opens a new pathway, glowing with threads of celestial fire. Athena steps forward, the shards close to her chest, their hum steady and strong. The celestial vault fades behind her, leaving echoes of stars in her mind. She knows the path ahead will test not her strength, but her enduring faith. The light of the passage beckons, and she follows without fear, heart alight. The golden passage carries Athena into a chamber bathed in shifting hues of dawn and dusk. Colors flow across the walls like rivers of light, never still, always alive in gentle motion. The shards in her hand hum softly, their glow reflecting the shifting colors in perfect harmony. This is the Hall of Horizons, where time itself bends between endings and beginnings, unseen. Athena steps forward, her gaze steady, the floor beneath her shimmering like woven sunlight. Across the chamber, a horizon appears, yet it bends upward, forming a circle of light. Within it, scenes unfold like the turning of seasons across a living tapestry of sky. Spring blossoms into summer, fields grow golden, and then autumn yields to quiet snow. Athena watches as mortals rise with each dawn, their hopes carried into fleeting days. She sees builders shaping homes, poets weaving verses, children laughing beneath the morning sun. But with dusk, shadows lengthen, fears emerge, and many dreams falter in silence. The horizon speaks, its voice soft, echoing like the first note of morning. All journeys end, yet every end gives birth to something new, if courage endures. Athena breathes deeply, feeling the truth of cycles that shape both gods and mortals. She recalls battles of thought, struggles of spirit, and the strength born in endings. The horizon shifts, showing mortals mourning losses, yet planting seeds for those who follow. A woman tends a small flame at twilight, passing it gently to her son. The boy carries it forward, and in his steps, night becomes morning once more. Athena feels the shards pulse, their warmth steadying her as she whispers, "Hope reborn." The horizon glows brighter, revealing another shard nestled within waves of golden light. Athena steps carefully, lifting it with reverence, the fourth shard joining the others in song. Their harmony deepens, resonating with the cycles of dawn, dusk, and eternal renewal. But the chamber trembles, the horizon darkening into storms that swirl with uncertainty. Shadows of despair form, whispering, "Mortals forget." They surrender before the night is done. Visions show fields abandoned, torches left unlit, voices silenced by fear too heavy. Athena steadies herself, her voice ringing like a steady flame against the storm. They falter, yes, yet in faltering, they rise again, finding strength in each return. The shards blaze, their light carving through storm clouds, until colors return in peace. The horizon shines once more, brighter, a circle complete, unbroken by shadow or fear. It whispers, "Hope is not endless light, but the courage to kindle it anew." Athena bows her head, honoring the wisdom that flows with the rhythm of time. The chamber shifts, opening a pathway of dawn fire leading toward another hidden trial. Athena steps forward, her heart calm, the shards glowing close to her chest. She feels the lessons etched within her. Endings are not final, but gateways unseen. The Hall of Horizons fades, leaving behind echoes of dawn and the promise of rebirth. Ahead, the path glimmers, calling her toward truths yet deeper, yet more enduring. Her steps are steady, her spirit alight, the journey continuing without hesitation. Athena steps into the final chamber, where the air hums like the heartbeat of the earth itself. The walls glow with fire and water, sky and stone, woven into one eternal tapestry of balance. At the center rests a pedestal, carved from crystal and flame, waiting with quiet patience. The shards she carries vibrate, their light merging into a chorus of harmony and strength. Athena lifts them high, her eyes steady, her spirit calm as the pieces draw together. They fuse in her hands, forming a shield of silver fire, radiant yet gentle in glow. The shield of the eternal flame is reborn, its surface alive with shifting rivers of light. It hums with the voices of wisdom gathered from chambers, trials, and timeless echoes of truth. Athena gazes into its glow and sees not herself, but countless faces of mortals and gods. Mothers carrying torches, teachers sharing stories, children laughing, elders guiding with quiet courage. She sees doubt too, fear and faltering, but always rising, always moving toward light again. The shield whispers with every flame carried, every torch passed, every word spoken in truth. Wisdom is not yours alone, Athena. It sings, but the fire of all who seek. Athena bows her head, honoring the gift and the burden of what she now carries. The chamber opens around her, transforming into endless horizons filled with dawn after dawn. From the light, figures appear, not enemies, not challengers, but echoes of those who walked before. Scholars, builders, dreamers, each carrying their spark that once added to the eternal flame. They nod silently, their presence reminding her that no light exists alone in the dark. Athena breathes deeply, whispering, "The flame endures not in one hand, but in many." The shield glows brighter, its fire weaving into constellations that rise above the chamber's dome. The stars align into a vast circle, forming a gateway to return beyond the trials. Athena steps through, finding herself upon the mountain where her journey first began. The sky spreads wide, dawn breaking with golden fire across the quiet land below. The shield rests at her side, heavy yet light, burning with strength that is not her own. She watches the sun rise, its light touching villages, rivers, forests, and seas far away. Every place carries potential for hope, wisdom, and courage to rise again and again. Athena smiles softly, for she knows her task is not to keep the flame hidden. Her duty is to guide, to remind mortals of the spark they already carry within. The wind rises, gentle yet firm, carrying the sound of voices carried by morning air. Laughter, prayer, song, all threads in the vast tapestry of existence she now honors deeply. The shield warms in her hand, whispering like a flame that will never be silenced. Athena lifts her gaze, her eyes steady, her spirit radiant with quiet determination. She whispers to the dawn, "The flame is eternal, because it is shared." With that, she walks down the mountain, leaving behind no trace but her promise. The sky brightens, the world awakens, and the eternal flame lives on in every heart. Athena's journey ends not in triumph, but in the beginning of countless other journeys. Her voice fades like a guiding song, carried by wind, remembered by those who listen. The story closes, but the flame remains, glowing wherever courage and wisdom endure.